Hello, friends, and welcome to our 2020 virtual art camp through the Sampson Arts Council in Clinton, North Carolina. My name is Miss Emily. I'm a local teacher here in Clinton. I teach art education as well as music education, and I'm super excited to be a part of our art camp this year, especially with our theme, Escape to Paradise. I want to start off by just pointing out, if you haven't noticed it already, inside your kits, you've got that information sheet that gives you all kinds of reminders and tips about navigating through our classes this week. And I'm going to start by, for day one, just giving you an overview of what we're going to be covering throughout the week. And we're going to do a little bit of an artist study today. Now, I know that you probably already saw the different worksheets inside of your kit. Two worksheets we're going to need for my class today is our Who is Claude Monet worksheet that gives you some information about Claude Monet, the artist, and then also our sheet that says Looking at Art, that's got a art sample from Claude Monet and a few boxes that we're going to fill in a little bit later. I know that there's a lot of information on that first sheet, but I thought it would be cool if I shared with you a PowerPoint on Claude Monet so that you could get an idea of what kind of artist he is and see a few samples of his artwork. So to start off, we actually have a self-portrait here of Claude Monet. He was born in France. He loved cartooning at a very young age. People noticed his talent. He did join the army for a little bit and eventually ended up going back to school in France to continue his artwork. Claude Monet is most well known for being one of the inventors of a style of art called Impressionism. Impressionism basically is just what the name sounds like. The artists are creating an impression. They want to create an impression or a feeling in their audience instead of actually depicting something in a realistic way. So that's why when you look at Impressionist artwork, you're going to see these very quick, sort of messy brush strokes and lots of color. They love to play around with light and reflection, and we can definitely see a lot of that in Claude Monet's style. Here are a few of some very well-known paintings that you may have seen before from Claude Monet. You can notice, just like we said before, those quick brush strokes that sort of blend that color and highlight the light and the reflection on surfaces like the water. In this picture here, his wife and child, we see a lot of shadows being created from the sun, and then also those bright colors sort of popping through. Claude Monet loved to paint nature, and he ended up buying this beautiful home in France that had its very own garden. And this is actually pretty cool. He would take a boat right out onto the water carrying all of his supplies with him, and he would paint exactly what he saw. So his water lily paintings tend to be some of the most famous paintings that we've seen from Claude Monet because he created so many, and the colors and reflections were just so beautiful. Now, on your worksheet today, you are going to see a picture in the top corner. This is Sailboats on the Seine by Claude Monet. And I really want you to take a look here on the video and then also at your paper, looking at the different parts of the picture. Where do you see some of those impressionist styles coming through? Is it in those quick brush strokes that we see up in the sky, the colors and light being reflected off the water, that beautiful scene that we get of the water just kind of gives us that calming feeling, which is exactly what those Impressionist painters were going for. So today, after we end our class, I would like for you to take out that worksheet that says Looking at Art, and we're going to go through each one of the boxes and just sort of answer to the best of our ability. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want you to tell me what you see and feel through the painting. We're going to list 3 things that we see. We're going to talk about the setting of the painting. I want you to tell me your favorite part, and then we'll list some of the colors and techniques that we see being used in there. Okay, now, as I said, day one, we're setting today aside just for our artist study, looking at that Impressionist artwork, talking a little bit about Claude Monet. And then when we come back tomorrow for day two, we are going to be creating let's get a close up there. We're going to be creating a landscape island sunset silhouette drawing, and we're going to be playing around with those chalk pastels that you had in your kits. For day 3 and 4, we are going to be creating a collage. Now, this is inspired by those sailboat paintings that we saw from Claude Monet, except we are not going to create a painting. We're actually going to do a collage, and it's going to be a mix of different types of paper. We're going to create some of our own paper using chalk pastel, and then, of course, adding our own details and touches to these pictures. And then our last day, day 5, we are going to make a cartoon style underwater drawing with some different sea creatures, and we'll do that together as a step-by-step directed drawing lesson. Now, one thing I'd like to remind you guys throughout the week, even today in this video, you can always pause, rewind, and go back. I know that we may go a little bit quickly through the lessons, but that's the awesome part of us being virtual and having our videos up here. You can always pause, add your details, go back to re-listen to a set of directions, and then pick up right where you left off. So I look forward to seeing you this week. I can't wait to share with you all of our different techniques and art styles. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for day 2 of our 2020 virtual art camp.